Here we go again. Welcome to my channel, Speak Truth to Lies. So for those of you joining my channel for the first time, or even this being the first video that you have seen, let me give you a little bit of background story. So I have been clean for almost 3 years. It's been a journey. And I never really paid much attention to politics up until last year. With that being said, over the past, especially last year, I have lost a lot of friends. We live in a very stressful time in a political climate where the tolerant seem to be very intolerant of anybody who has differing opinions that, go against what they believe. But with that being said as well, last year when the whole, happened, I started paying attention to politics. I started reading anything and everything I could get my hands on to try and make sense of the nonsense that was going on in this world and to just better arm myself with knowledge so that I could be informed. And I will admit that in the beginning, I was a bit ignorant in the way I questioned things or maybe even discussed things. I hadn't quite found my voice yet. Some things didn't come out exactly right, but the few friends that are still with me were very patient and were willing to have discussions with me and correct my thinking or maybe set me on a different path. And you know who you are. For you, I am thankful. But there's one friend in particular, and we will call this person she who must not be named, or Voldemort. I have not spoken to this person for 3 years. Well, almost 3 years. It'll be about 3 years in June. This person knows nothing about me. They are not involved in my life. My Facebook page is on lockdown. I cleaned out my friends list with any mutuals that we might have in common because this person doesn't need to know what is going on in my life. It is none of their business. With that being said, with all the garbage that happened last year and all the friends that I had lost because they jumped on the bandwagon to believe some things about me that were simply not true because, our history together and how long they'd known me should have told them otherwise. This one can't seem to let it go. So for those of you that are on my Facebook page, you've noticed that this post I made, I put a disclaimer on. Disclaimer, apparently speaking the truth about this administration makes me a white supremacist and a transphobe. And the post reads as such: under Biden, we have illegal aliens flooding into our country. We've lost thousands of jobs thanks to the shutting down of the Keystone Pipeline. We are no longer energy independent, rising inflation crisis and costs, a crisis in Jerusalem, and this administration that doesn't believe in biological reality. Am I missing anything? Oh, but at least he doesn't send out mean tweets. So apparently, saying illegal aliens flooding into this country makes me a white supremacist. So for those of you in the back, saying the truth about that doesn't make you a white supremacist. As of right now, they've recorded at least 750,000 illegal immigrants have come into this country. Not by political asylum, not by requesting asylum, over the border illegally. Which should lead one to think, who is that going to hurt? First off, are we not in the middle of a pandemic? Because It has been noted that they are not testing these individuals before they're coming into the country, and they are pretty much sending those that they can catch to different various places in the United States. Second, again, we're in the middle of where people aren't working. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people cannot go to work due to whatever policies their particular governor, state has put in place. Third, who do you think this is going to hurt? I want you to think about that. A bunch of illegal immigrants coming into this country. It's going to hurt the poorer populations, okay? And the reason for that being is that those lower paying jobs that American citizens could get are now going to go to illegal immigrants who are willing to do the work for less and who they can pay under the table. So one of two things, they don't have to pay taxes on these individuals, and now American citizens are out of jobs. 4, what a giant slap in the face to every single immigrant in this country that went through the proper channels to get naturalization and become an American citizen. Need I say more? That doesn't make me a white supremacist. I do not believe that I am better than anybody, but I do not lie. Okay? Biological reality, claiming that biological reality exists. Okay? So apparently this makes me transphobic. I follow 2 prominent trans people on Twitter, Buck Angel and Blair White. One is a trans man, one is a trans woman, and both will say, Blair White says, I was born a male, I will die a male. Buck Angel says, I was born a woman, I will die a woman. Okay, so to say that trans women are women is a pseudo reality. Trans women are trans women, period. They are men who identify as female, who choose to live their life out as a woman. That doesn't make me transphobic. Accepting the fact that biological reality exists does not make me a transphobic person, because I will call you by whatever pronouns you want. I will respect your right to live your life however you choose to live it. I will not treat you poorly, but I will not sit here and say that you can make up your own reality that has been in place forever. I am a woman. Okay? I was born a woman, will die a woman. But you can't simply just switch your sex and decide that that's what you are. Period. End of story. Doesn't make me transphobic. As far as the Equality Act bill, I feel there are better measures that can be put in place to protect trans people rather than giving men access to women's spaces. Let me clarify. There are people in this world that seek to do harm. If you don't believe that that is true, you haven't been paying attention to everything that goes on in the world around you. And while I believe that protection should be put in place to protect trans individuals, absolutely. To open up or make law that now any male that identifies as woman can go into a restroom, which is a space for women, creates a bit of a problem because it doesn't specify. It doesn't specify if they are female appearing, anything like that. Basically, any guy, he doesn't even have to live his life as a woman, can just identify as a woman, can go into a bathroom. This opens the door up for every single bad person out there who means harm, and not just for women, but for trans women as well. Do you understand? So if a trans woman goes into a bathroom and she's female presenting, okay, and then let's say this guy behind her looks like a man, still wearing men's clothes, but says, I identify as a woman, can follow her into the bathroom and do her harm. There are better ways of creating protections for trans individuals than just giving open access space to all female spaces for any man that identifies as a woman. You're not protecting trans women. You're actually opening up more harm to come to them. Okay? But this person that continues to slander me, okay? This is, I can't even, I stopped, like I said, 3 years ago, stop speaking to this person. Just stop, stop, stop already. Find another hobby, find something else to do. I don't have time for this. I love you. I wish you nothing but the best in this world, but you have to stop. I am so tired of people lying. This administration, people lying to themselves. Stop lying. As a recovering addict, I'm not afforded that luxury anymore. I live in reality. But to all of the friends that are still on my page, to anyone that's subscribed to this channel, I thank you and I love you for listening to me, for exercising extreme patience, for having discussions with me that open up my points of view. And even the friends that I don't talk to every day on my page that, you know, are still here, that still understand. You know, I have tried to do a lot of things with this channel, raise awareness on critical race theory, which is now going to flood into our elementary schools because the people that are on my page, I know personally, and I love each and every one of them. They have children that they are raising that this is going to be affected by. But I'm really tired of still having to deal with this 3 years later. I thought that walking away from a 20+ year friendship would, you know, put a kibosh on all of this, you know, blocking them, giving them no access to my life. I just cleaned up my friends list because clearly someone shared this post with them, which, you know, they decided to label me a white supremacist and call me all kinds of names and threaten to call my job. Go for it. I don't have time for this. I have a life to live. I don't have time to deal with the BS. I'm sorry that your life is so boring that you have to make up things to generate some excitement in your life. I don't know. But please just get better, do better, because that's what I'm trying to do. Until next time, my friends, remember, hypocrisy is everywhere. Speak truth to lies.